What I will do here late of an evening before it actually sun gets down is the places where I know I want to fish, I will make a sweep with my locator and see if I'm seeing the fish on the bottom or starting to come off the bottom out of deep water right there. Be nice to see some of the big ones, but they usually come in a little bit later. But I see enough right now to have me interested that this spot will probably produce some fish here in a little while. Walleye are notorious this time of year they come up on their pre-spawn feeding runs. They're notorious for coming in just at the last minute, and you may be able to fish for them all afternoon and be lucky to get a bite or two, and then when they move in and start moving up shallow to feed, you may catch one every cast or every drop depending on what you're fishing for. What we're going to be doing this evening is Mike will probably be throwing jerkbait, and I'll probably be dropping down with a jig and minnow and see how active the fish are and what they're wanting. So we're just gonna take another little sweep here and see if we can see anything. And then we will stop and fish it. And if I see stuff suspended or small fish along the bottom and bait fish on the screen, I know that I'm in the right area. Got to miss him. There's a walleye suspended, just going off the screen. He's about 6 foot off the bottom, and then here comes another one. Two of them look like right there at about 28 feet. If I can get my jig over here in time, we'll see if we can. Oh, there he is. There he is. Fish on. He might be a little heavier. It's not too big, but there, he just got off right there at the boat. You win some and you lose some, and sometimes when you have the cameraman, you lose a lot. What we're doing this evening is Mike's on the back of the boat throwing jerkbaits out here over deep water. We're looking for suspended fish, and then I've used one of Mike's custom walleye jigs that he makes, and I've tipped it with about a medium-sized shiner. And what we're going to do is I'm going to look for the ones on the bottom, and he's going to look for the ones suspended, and we'll see what we can do. They may start a little early this evening. We've got some cloud cover rolling in. The sun's going to go behind a cloud in a little bit, so hopefully keep your fingers crossed. Drop down one of Mike's custom walleye jigs, and I'm going to tip that wide gap hook with a nice medium-sized shiner, and I'm going to drop this along the bottom out here in deeper water while Mike's searching for suspended fish. But that's right there is a pretty good bait for a walleye this time of year. Well, the sun has gone behind a cloud, and it's probably right at sunset by now, so it's getting a little hard to see, but this is when the walleye start. We've just hooked up with two small ones. One of them got off right at the boat, and we are ready to start catching them because they ought to start biting any time now. I'm starting to see fish move in from deep water, some close to the bottom and some are suspended. Mikey. They've already moved in. You want the light in the water? Shayla, grab that flashlight laying right there under that locator. On the very, no, right there. Switch to that orange chartreuse jig with chartreuse head, and he picked it up pretty quick. But he's just a little small, only about 14 inches. We let him grow up. We're losing our daylight, and it should be prime feeding time for the walleye right now. There, that feels like a little better fish. Sheila, you got your light? Yeah, that's a keeper sized fish right there. That is a 15-inch Stockton walleye, which we're looking for a little bigger ones. But all right, we're about to wrap up. What we've done this evening is we've been throwing jerkbait out of the back of the boat, and these walleye we're swim up to it and tap it, but they're not real aggressive with it yet. So what we've been doing is I've been dragging a jig and a minnow pretty close to the bottom, and I'll feel that little tap or that little pickup and give him a little time, and and then he's there. So the light's fading pretty bad on us, so we're not going to be able to do much more tonight. But we've had a pretty good little outing. We've caught some small fish. The big ones just haven't seemed to move in yet. The males are coming up on their pre-spawn feed, but the bigger females just don't seem to be coming up yet. The water is really slow to warm. We're still about 39 degrees. We've got 40 even right now. But we've had a good evening, and it should just get better from here until about the end of March when they'll spawn.